Are you looking for the hottest news out of the obstacle racing scene? Want to stay up to date on the freshest info, the latest podiums, and hear interviews with the who's who in OCR? Well, you've come to the wrong place. Well, some of that you'll find here. But we're not the media. This is not ORM, OCM, OCRM, ORCM. This is OCR Talk.
Hello. Thank you for listening to OCR Talk or something. It's been too long since we've done this.
Or something like that.
All right, I think we're on. It looks good. We are live right now, so that if we do mention anything, like try and, you know how it goes, we're always trying stuff out, and it sounds lame on air, but we'll talk about that in a second. Anyway, I'm Jason Dupree.
And Anna Landry.
And this is OCR Talk. I think I'm going to forget what episode, like, overall this is.
I can't keep track anymore.
Yeah, I'm tired of that. Let's just do, this is season 3, episode 2. Who cares? Obviously not me. Anyway, thank you for listening, everybody. It has been a minute. The only reason that we had an episode so far this year was just because there's just been so much craziness going on in the world of OCR.
There's like a flurry of news every single day. From like December up until like now, there's always something new coming out.
Yeah.
And then I feel like it's finally starting to kind of calm down now.
Yeah. I did see it said somewhere it's the calm before the storm because
right.
Jacksonville is coming next week or this weekend. So the first national series race. Now, before we get into all those races and stuff, have you done any running since any races or anything?
Just some road races. I signed up for a half marathon series here.
Nice. And
it's like a 4-part series. So there's a half marathon in the summer, spring, winter, and fall. So we just had the winter one back in January. And that was pretty cool. Got to run a little half marathon. It was like part trail, part, I don't know, road running. And then my next one's coming up in April. But before that is going to be, DecaFit, of course, is launching here in Denver. Mm. So I'm probably going to make it out to that just since it's in Denver and it's at the Broncos practice field.
Yeah.
So might as well go see what it's all about. And I think I talked to Will about maybe posting to like the OCR Report Instagram for that.
Okay.
Maybe hopefully getting some shots for that and getting some coverage for that. And after that, the Colorado Obstacle Racers are putting on their own 24-hour event. So it's going to be
something new?
It's something that they did last year. So if you remember last year, they had a 12-hour event that I did, and it was like down towards Colorado Springs. And so it's going to be kind of similar. Well, it's pretty much going to be that, except it's going to be for 24 hours this time. So,
why do I not remember that?
It's pretty low key. It's a lot of people around here know about it, like that are in the Colorado Obstacle Racers group. But yeah, awesome. So I'm going to be on a team again for that. And yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to.
Very cool.
Coming up anyway.
My first race is going to be Battle OCR in less than a month here. And that will also be my first time running at all since January 6th or whenever it was that I went to the doctor and they said don't run for 2 months. So I have decided to not do Warzone, and I'll do just a single lap, but I'm also thinking about trying out some live streaming stuff and doing some testing and actually try to live stream the elites. And since I'm not going to be competitive anyway with legs that I have no idea what's going to happen with.
You never know. You might show up all fresh and like
yeah, completely fresh.
just like take off right out of the gate.
That's possible. So I do want to try and do that. Try and get the live footage of the elites there and see how that goes, and then just run an open wave after. I mean, shoot, I haven't run an open wave in a few years now, I don't think.
That'd be cool. April and the kids are going with you?
No, I was going to take the kids with me.
The kids battle race.
Yeah, and I was going to take the kids with me, but I'm actually traveling for work that week, so I'm going to fly straight down to New Orleans and just be there.
Fly for work?
Yeah, just so work will fly me in, and then I'll fly myself back home, which is nice because that means I won't have to do the drive from Dallas. But
yeah, I kind of detest driving that area now.
Well, April and I did find this place in Alexandria that has boudin balls with filled with Monterey Jack cheese.
And pepper jack, yes.
Yeah, pepper jack cheese, and then they do boudin burgers as well, and they're
man.
phenomenal. So, driving through there, you do have that at least.
And just undo all that race fitness.
Yep. So yeah, that's going to be real interesting. But speaking about, live streaming and stuff, one of the main reasons why we really haven't done much, I feel like I've wanted to record before this, but I've really been pouring so much time into the live streaming stuff with testing and creation of overlay assets and just all this other stuff. Very complicated. The stuff is complicated, and there's a lot of moving pieces to it. So
it is, and you have to know how to use it all.
It's very easy to see why, a radio station or a broadcasting, a TV station or something, why they have so many people that do so many things, producers and people that do nothing but switch cameras, just touch those buttons to do that. I mean,
yeah.
So I'm trying to do it all myself right now, and it's kind of crazy. I don't know if it's going to go well, but I think, every time I do it, every time I practice and try something new, it's just like, oh, that's something else that I need to add in there so that I don't have to create it on the fly. And the more stuff I get like that, the smoother those things will go. So the hope is to actually have Carlo on site this weekend in Jacksonville. And if his signal is okay and he's cool with it, for him to do some live streaming, and I'll throw overlays of the leaders and I don't know, hopefully we can get something and actually start getting this ball rolling of getting live streaming, live race coverage that is on par with what Spartan did, but nobody else is doing it now. So
yeah, that'll be cool to offer that live streaming option, because there's really not.
Yeah, it's hard to follow a race.
There. Yeah.
So we'll see, but that's the hope. If you, I don't know what you're doing on Saturday, but if you want to join me for an after post race thing, we could do that. Maybe possibly pull in Carlo and chat with him. But otherwise, during the race, hopefully, we won't do commentary at this point. We're looking to just hopefully have his footage, hopefully his commentary over over his video. But anyway, we'll see.
So hopefully big things coming down the road.
Hopefully so. All right. Well, let's talk about a few things. We've got, we are completely switched over to Lisbon instead of Anchor. So we, those people that were supporting us through Anchor, I forget if we said this before, but they are no longer supporting us. So you shouldn't be seeing that money come out every month anymore. If you do, please let me know, and we'll make sure that gets fixed. Or right now, there's really no way to support us other than listening, of course, or support our giveaways, that is. But we are still doing some giveaways at this point. We still got some monies, and right now we still got the over the giveaway for Battle race codes. I've got 3 to give away, and nobody has offered up to say they want to go. So if you're going and you haven't gotten your, paid for it yet, let us know, and we will give you a code. First come, first serve. How about that?
Just throwing it out there.
Yep. So thank you so much to everybody that does support us and listen. It's pretty awesome. We may see growth from being part of the OCR report, but right now, either way, even if we don't, we still enjoy doing it. And that's why we do it.
Yeah, they're all good people to work with.
Yeah,
I've
absolutely.
enjoyed it so far.
Yep.
Except shirts. We're still working on shirts.
Yeah, we get some cool shirts. Then we can have a OCR talk shirt and then pull it off and have an OCR report shirt on. Evan Preparis recently did his, yearly crazy event, and he did a OCR America 2 and called it When Hell Freezes Over, because he did it during the winter. So he did, 7 days of...
I think it was 8 days?
8 days of marathon distance, at least, give or take, OCR. And Mike Stefano from Obstacle Running Adventures, also a member of the OCR report, was part of that, and they had podcast episodes that covered it. Mike covered it for Evan on his own, on Strength and Speed, and then Mike also released some of that content on Obstacle Running Adventures as well. All that was cool. Evan does something every year. We joined him 2 years ago for Endure the Gauntlet, which was a lot of fun. But the main reason why I brought it up is because on the belt buckle that he gave this year, he actually used my little swinging OCR talk guy, which is me from my first World Stuff.
And not many people actually know that that's actually from one of your pictures.
Yeah. Because it does look, it's just a silhouette, so it could be anybody, really. But yeah, I pulled that and just did outline of myself. And the funniest part about it was Evan, when he was chatting with Mike about it, they were discussing how that was on there. And Evan said, yeah, so come, sign up and get your, where else could you get your own Jason Dupree belt buckle? So
Nice.
That was pretty neat.
He's still doing giveaways for that too. I saw.
I saw him dressed up as in a Spider-Man costume.
So I think if you still donate through his link to Folds of Honor, he's still doing a couple giveaways on his page, I think.
Very cool. Very cool. And other related OCR news, High Rocks, you talk about DecaFit coming up.
Yeah.
High Rocks is in 4 days. It's this weekend.
Oh, here in Dallas.
And I was going to be doing that until the whole thing with my leg. I was going to do a team. I didn't really have much interest to do it in the first place, and a buddy asked if I wanted to do it. So I was like, yeah, sure, why not? Give it a try. Always worth trying something like that one time just to see if it is something that you're really into or not. And if nothing else, you get a really good workout. So
yeah. It's an interesting concept. Training for it sucks.
Yeah, it
totally
seems
different.
Very similar to, a CrossFit competition or a Camp Gladiator competition. The only thing about this is that it is the same thing every single time, so that you have this benchmark to always keep pushing and fighting against. Which, that's cool. Will it get boring?
Probably.
Probably.
I would think so. They would have to change it up sometime or another, right?
Is it
city to city, or
or maybe per year? But I don't know.
Season or something, quarterly. Right. I don't know.
I don't feel like they're doing that yet, but that would be a way for them to change it up. You got to innovate somehow. Yeah. And it is super new still, so
Yeah, still in its beginning stages. It's going to be interesting to see where it goes. There's definitely a lot of new fitness programs that are launching around it and because of it. So we'll see. Right. We'll see.
It's another thing. OCR has been around long enough that some people are tired of it. So they've got something new to try, and that's good. It's good to have something new to go after and continue to push yourself. So
definitely.
But the really cool thing is that the podium for this most recent one was all OCR people. Just OCR people.
The most recent High Rocks.
Yeah, the most recent High Rocks is not all OCR people, but a lot. And Hunter won, broke the world record. Ryan Kent was on there. Faye Stenning was on there. I forget who all else, but
I think Alyssa Hawley.
Yeah. So that's pretty cool. Pretty cool to see just like seeing Hunter go to the CrossFit Games, seeing
Yeah.
people that we're familiar with that do, that love the thing that we love, also go in and be real athletes in the eyes of these other people, and not just be people that crawl around in the mud.
Right. Well, and you've got the running aspect, and then so you've got the cardio aspect, and then you've also got the strength aspect. So it's not like you can say, oh, this event is geared more towards runners, or this event is geared more towards people who strength train or things like that. It's still OCR like in that it involves like a little bit of everything, all kinds of fitness. So yeah, it's a mixed podium as far as skills and specialties go.
Makes me wonder if people like in the CrossFit world or just fitness, functional fitness in general, if they, I've always heard that CrossFitters hate running. It's just, they just don't like it. I mean, running's hard. It sucks. Especially when you gas yourself out. I mean, just trying to hang on and burn your lungs up. It's terrible feeling. That's why we do long races, right?
Right, exactly. Burn them up slow.
So it's cool to see that, and it makes me wonder if they, people are just like, well, they're only winning because of the running, or not. I don't know, maybe.
But there's definitely going to be a strategy to it, because you can't just like go all out on everything.
Yeah, I mean, sure.
You're just going to burn out before the event is over. So, like, I think I've seen people saying, oh, my strategy is going to be to, like, really knock out the workouts and then just kind of zone 3 it through the runs and things like that. So, I don't know.
Try to recover that way, yeah.
Yeah.
It's possible. But, I mean, from what we've been seeing, they've been putting some times down and really cruising. So
serious times.
Yeah.
Well, Hunter is, like, the only guy that I know that's as big as he is that can run, like, a 5:30 miles or whatever he runs, like a sub 6 or a sub 7 minute mile.
Yeah, pretty amazing. Pretty amazing. I mean, he himself, he's still, just getting after it and being crazy, and been wearing a mullet for a while now, and
Is it still mullet season?
I think he was going I think he was going after CrossFit pretty hard for a minute there, and then after that happened, going into this year, all these other events started popping up. So it's like, well, might as well just do those instead.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's a smart move for him. I mean, why not capitalize on an event that that you're built for and you can do well at, Yeah.
And
it's still going to be challenging for him, because it's still obviously going to be challenging enough to want to compete. So.
Yep. Spartan getting in on that game as well, expanding their territories. We got Spartan OCR, Spartan Trail, Spartan Bicycle, Spartan High Rocks, Spartan
Decafit, High Rocks,
Spartan Tough Mudder,
Spartan Tough Mudder, Spartan Urban Mudder.
Yeah,
is that what I saw today?
So yes, Spartan in general. Did you catch what's happened with all the pro offerings this year?
Yeah, and I did listen to Matt's interview with Amelia and Cassidy yesterday on my way home from work yesterday. And I mean, I kind of agree with what Amelia and Cassidy were saying. I really sympathize with the athletes that they're kind of getting hosed on these deals. But I also saw Alyssa Hawley post today that she negotiated her contract and she ended up signing a contract that she felt she was worthy of. So, if you don't, it's a contract, you don't have to sign it. No one's holding a gun to your head telling you to sign it. Cool, you're part of the Spartan Pro team. Okay. So negotiate a contract. If you feel like you're in a position to negotiate, then why not? If you have sponsors that are already very supportive of you and everything else like that, and they're offering you better deals, then maybe, the Spartan contract isn't for you. So, I mean, I can't really relate because, we're not on that level, but, I kind of agree with what Amelia and Cassidy were saying is, you don't have to sign it if you don't want to.
Yeah, and that goes actually perfectly in line with what Dr. Laura was saying on Davis and Chase. And they put it very well in just saying your time and worth it's different to everybody. So if what Spartan is saying your time and worth is not the same to you, don't take it. Be like Ryan Woods and just go race their races anyway. Win, if you're good, win, take their money, but get sponsors elsewhere and do all that stuff. So absolutely, it what they offered, I think it kind of came from all sides. It came understandably. Like even what Joe DeSena said about why they chose that set of stipulations was for a reason. Because they're a business, and that's the way they had set it up. So it's understandable. It's understandable from his perspective, and it's also understandable from the athletes to be like, no, I don't like this. And if you don't like it, tell them. And if they don't change it, then do something else.
Yeah.
So the only people that it doesn't make sense for are the ones that are crying, trying to say, I deserve more, but not doing it in the proper way. And, negotiate. That's a normal thing for jobs.
Yeah, I can understand with some of the top tier athletes saying, well, that maybe they were used to a certain kind of treatment over the last few years, and now that's kind of going away. And, whenever you're used to a certain kind of style of living, whenever that gets taken away from you, maybe that is kind of a shock. But yeah. I think it was very reactionary. I think now that I've heard all sides of the story, I can understand both sides, and I can sympathize with the athletes who think they're worth more and who definitely are probably definitely worth more than what the contracts are offering them. But yeah, like I said, just negotiate. You can never go wrong by just asking. The worst thing they could say is no.
Right.
And you respond to that by saying no as well.
Yeah. Yep. And things will continue to evolve. Spartan will make the changes that it needs to. Now, I think this whole 250 people on a pro team is silly anyways. Just looking at the way other sports organizations work, if Spartan is the league, Spartan is not the team. Spartan is not sending their pro athletes to go to other races to say they're Spartan members. Like, nobody's going to OCRWC saying I'm a Spartan pro, and Spartan sent me here, and I'm flying their flag. That's not the way they're doing it. Now, Spartan could do that. That would make sense for them to have a team that goes to Savage Race and goes to OCRWC and goes overseas and races some of those other series. But they don't do that. That would make more sense to me. Yeah.
Yeah. The way I was kind of trying to equate it in my mind is Joe DeSena trying to be like the Roger Goodell of OCR racing? Like, is Spartan trying to be the NFL? But if that was the case, then, all the athletes could just go out and get their own sponsors.
Right. And to me, that would make sense if Spartan was the NFL.
Right.
But then you could have an Ultra team, a Reebok team, a Craft team, that kind of thing. So it's... Yeah,
and apparently that was attempted, but it kind of...
Really?
Really didn't go anywhere.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
Well, Amelia mentioned something about it on in her interview with Matt, and she had worked with David Watson about, let's try and create different teams, like have the Yokohama team and have the Ascent Protein team and have different teams within the league, the Spartan League, I guess. But I guess it didn't really nothing really came of it. So,
Well, that's a shame. And it might be something to do with like those sponsors are Spartan sponsors, not.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's probably a lot of logistics behind that, but that would be really cool. Like, I don't think Red Bull is a Spartan sponsor, but they're the kind of company that has teams in all these other leagues. Like they have teams in F1. I mean, they have teams in all kinds of stuff. So while they've tried to do a couple of their own OCRs, if a company like Spartan made their league, which they've got the league in place, but if they made their league need teams, a company like Red Bull seems like they're primed to do that and step up and make a team.
Yeah.
So, anyways. While we're talking about Spartan, this past weekend they had 2 races, one in Arizona and one in California. So pretty close to each other.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty interesting that they were same days. I believe they did, like, one of them was a super one day and a sprint the other day, and then the other one was flip-flop. So one had the sprint on Saturday. And what I wanted to show while we're talking about it is I've got the maps from those. Make sure I'm showing the right one here first, which our audio listeners are hating this part.
We'll edit it out later.
All right, so this is... Oh, I don't know if I will, to be honest. This is the... Oh, you don't see this right now. I need you I need you to see this. How am I going to get you to see this? Shoot.
Can you...
If I share my screen, you might be able to see that as opposed to...
Send it to me in the chat or something. I don't know. I see it.
Okay.
That's a small picture, though.
All right. Yeah. Well, you don't... Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's because my monitor is so wide. Sorry.
Yeah.
Anyway, what I wanted to show here, San Jose, check out that trail map. So you've got the sprint and the super kind of stay off of the mountain. The super goes into the mountain a little bit, but the trail race looked like it really took a pretty cool route. I mean, they really go way out there.
Which one is the trail?
The green one.
The green trail.
Yeah. So
yeah, they like run all over that mountain. That looks way funner than the actual course. Which, I mean, if you're just running a trail race, you have a lot more areas that you could go into without having to worry about.
Right. And that's what makes that's where I can see Spartan with the trail really actually being something a little bit more enjoyable than just running along the Spartan race itself. Because you can get into those areas where you can't get a machine back to build some obstacles or something. So I like that map right there. I could see going to that race and saying I want to do the super one day and then do the trail the other day, because that's very different from what you're going to get from one race to the other. Yeah, so that's a huge difference. Pretty cool. To see that makes me feel positive about the whole Spartan Trail thing. I might jump into a Spartan Trail one of these days. Maybe. All right, now check out the Arizona map here. No trail on this one. The interesting thing I found about this one is check out this dotted line area. You see the yellow dotted line? Yeah. There's actually a little warning saying that because this is on, I believe, I don't know if it says what, I don't know. Is it like private property or? It's, I believe it's Native American property. Let me pull it up here. So there's a little disclaimer saying, attention Spartan spectators, the race course is running through a restricted Yavapai Nation area. We have a very specific course we have to follow, which we must respect. Therefore, spectators are only allowed to access obstacles and parts of the course that are immediately surrounding festival and anywhere that you see the dotted yellow line on the map. Only the following obstacle numbers will be accessible to spectators, and then it lists out quite a few, but still only certain ones. So yeah, pretty interesting that I've never seen that before, but very cool that they're getting to use this Native American land, and makes me wonder if they incorporate that in any other fashion of I don't know, showing some Native American art or something like that. Whatever they might do with that, but. Well, it's just like around here, some of the open space trails run through private property. So, I mean, I guess it's kind of like the same. Yeah, probably same thing. Probably so. I just saw my caption. Oh, yeah. I'd actually had this prepared for the other day, and mine said, took NyQuil last night.
NyQuil.
And I forgot that it was still on there. So I didn't take NyQuil last night. So I'm actually clear-headed today. But man, I was in a fog for a whole day. I hate that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't taken my pain meds that they prescribed me for like 2 days. I've just been like taking Tylenol and ibuprofen, and I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
It's rough. This is why you take your wisdom teeth out before the age of 35.
I want to say my wisdom teeth never grew in.
Really? Well, mine were like partially out. They were just all 4 of them were impacted. Actually, the ones on the top were all the way out. And then like the ones on the bottom were partially out. And then whenever sometimes they would shift, it would like, it would be so painful. But yeah, so I finally found an oral surgeon. And he's like, yeah, those have to come out. And yeah, I'm like, you're putting me to sleep for that, right? So I had it done like on a Thursday to where I didn't have to work like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yeah. And thought, I'd be okay by Monday. And I came back to work on Monday and I'm like, I'm going home. I had like an hour of sleep.
Yeah, mine have never grown in, so I haven't had to deal with that, thankfully.
It's terrible. So
it doesn't sound like much fun.
It's terrible. Like, and then my manager told me she saw like bruising on my face. Oh, yeah. So that was fun.
I forgot to pull this up and pay attention to the video to see if anybody's been chatting with us.
Nice.
I don't think anybody has. One view. That's me, probably. That's fine. Yeah. Anyways, if you are watching live, apologies. We're not. We'll try to do that at some point, because I can actually make it to where the chat from YouTube will show up on the live screen, so that
nice.
We would actually see it and be able to respond that way.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Not today. Tough Mudder.
Spartan Tough Mudder?
Spartan Tough Mudder. Yokohama Tough Mudder. Rakuten Tough
Rogue. What are those chips called?
Oh.
The protein chips.
Tough Mudder gone rogue. Going something like that.
Gone rogue.
Yeah.
Something like that. They're terrible.
Oh man, I was cleaning out my car yesterday and had a random bag like under the rug in the back of my
gross.
trunk. And it was closed, but yeah, I'll toss those puppies.
Nasty.
Tough Mudder has gotten back to business in the UK, officially purchased by Spartan Race at this point. Pretty amazing to see this day and age come to pass, where Tough Mudder and Spartan are now one. Much more to go in the US, but things are looking promising. You can't.
Things just move a little slower here.
Yeah, you can't. Can't say for certain, but everybody's got pretty good positive vibes and feeling pretty confident about the fact that we'll have some races towards the end of the year and Worlds will happen. So
definitely,
hopefully that comes to pass and everybody gets down here to Dallas to have some fun for our favorite race of the year.
That is going to be. I mean, if you would have asked anybody like several years ago if Joe DeSena was going to be at the 10th anniversary.
10th anniversary? Not the 10th anniversary of Worlds, but yeah.
Yeah, not the 10th anniversary of Worlds, but 10th anniversary of Tough Mudder, and will most likely be at Worlds Toughest.
I sure hope he runs it, man. That would be so awesome.
Yeah, he already said he would. So, I mean, we got to hold him to that, right?
Yeah. Yeah, we'll have
Maybe
to
be on a team with Kyle.
We'll have to spam his phone number that he gave out. Text and calls all day. And on Instagram, real Joe DeSena.
Yeah, real Joe DeSena.
What else? That's all the notes that I had. I see stuff, and I haven't been taking enough notes lately, just because I've been focusing so much on the live broadcast and stuff.
Yeah.
I actually had a demo done of the platform that OCR Worlds Adventure used for OCR WC this past year.
Mm-hmm.
So just like we're doing a live stream right now, the only difference is I'm pulling in a Skype call, and we can also pull in camera footage, as you know, people may have seen in some of my tests, from a phone. So we can pull footage, as long as we've got signal footage from out on a race. And that's what this company does, and all their stuff is cloud-based, whereas the setup that I'm using currently, it's all going into my computer. So we'll see how it can handle that, hoping that it does. But I'm looking forward to the day that this, we get it, it's good, and we're all at a race together, and then we've got like 3 or 4 of us on course, and then we've got somebody back at the start line, or the finish line doing interviews and stuff, and just have all that piece together. Man, that'd be so awesome.
Yeah. Work out all the kinks and maybe test it out at Ragnar too.
Yeah, absolutely. That would be fantastic.
That'd be cool.
So, anyways,
I really, it almost happened that I was this close to jumping into Warzone.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it really almost happened.
I got code
but then
for you.
I was like, it's like logistic. I just can't make it happen.
No.
I'm like, maybe I could, but like the dates didn't line up. Yeah, it just.
Oh, that's too bad.
Oh well. I was kind of hoping. I was like, yes, I'm not going to tell anybody. I'm just going to show up.
Yeah, that would have been pretty cool. Pretty cool.
But I'm kind of jealous that I'm not going to be there for battle. Kind of sad that I'm going to be missing it this year, but
yeah.
All right.
I'm sad I'm not going to be doing Warzone either, but I feel like that would just be a dumb idea to further break my legs.
Right. Yeah, this whole 24-hour thing, like, so the way they do their long endurance events, like the 12-hour event was like it was at like this OCR gym down in Colorado Springs area. And this guy has set up on his property like a 400-meter dirt track. And then like in the middle and then inside the gym, he has different setups, like a rig, monkey bars. And then like he has like the heavy carry stuff and weights and all that good stuff. So we would, or at the start of every hour, we can either do whatever the task is, which the task could be anything. It could be anything from like complete 1,000 burpees total, like as a team.
Oh.
And teams were like of like 5 or 6 people or something like that. Then as soon as you're done with the task, you just go run laps.
You say you have an option for it?
Yeah. So the other option, if you don't want to choose the task, is to spin the wheel. It's like this special wheel of torture, which if you can picture like just a wheel, and then it's almost like a Wheel of Fortune wheel. And then on each space, there's a different workout task, whatever.
Oh, okay.
So
I was almost thinking that you were saying that big thing that the guy Hobie from Hubie from Indian Mud Run created, that thing.
Yeah,
but not that. You mean an actual like
spinning wheel? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So that is the other option. But the catch is that if you choose to do the wheel at the start of the hour, all those things have multipliers attached to them. So if you do that, then each lap that you run for the remainder of the hour, say you spin the wheel and it lands on doing team push-ups or something like that, doing 100 team push-ups or something, and it has like a multiplier of 2, then you do your 100 push-ups as a team, and then you proceed to running laps for the remainder of the hour. Except that since it has a multiplier of 2, 1 lap counts as 2 points versus just 1 point.
Oh, wow.
So you can like strategically do it to where you can just play the wheel the whole time and rack up as many points as you can. And whoever
is the wheel harder?
It could be harder. It could be not.
Huh.
It just, you don't know. And you can't choose you can't like look at the workout at the beginning of the hour and say, no, I want to pick the wheel, and vice versa. You have to pick one or the other.
Oh, okay.
And stick with it.
Man.
So it was that for 12 hours, and this time it's going to be 24 hours. So,
wow.
So it was a pretty different competition, kind of like competition, for the 12-hour team thing. So I'm looking forward to doing the 24-hour one.
When's that coming up?
It is coming up in April, the week before my spring half marathon. So that's April, or no, it's the week after. My bad. So like April 18th and 19th. And this time it's going to be at a athletic club in Boulder. So they have a swimming pool there and everything. So we'll
nice.
see.
Yeah,
So we'll
cool.
see if that gets incorporated into the composition at all. I think one year I heard water burpees, like they did burpees in the water or something. So that'll be interesting.
Well, I'll be out of the country at the time for that. So,
oh, nice. Where are y'all going?
We are going to, I think, Cancun.
Nice.
It's a company thing.
Cool.
Yeah.
You're not taking a cruise, are you?
What's that?
You're taking a cruise, are you?
No, not a cruise. Just flying down there.
Nice.
So I will check in, see if you're posting stuff. Check in, see how you're doing from down there.
While you're drinking Mai Tais on the beach.
Yeah. Champagne and pineapple juice.
Or champagne and pineapple juice.
Stay hydrated while drinking.
Yeah.
Speaking of 24-hour things, they've got that 24-hour platinum rig race.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be a team challenge thing. I saw that Ryan Atkins signed up for it.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Sounds pretty interesting. So
nice.
Looks like there'll be some legit competition there.
Is that going to be at that gym where one of those gyms that Evan went to that has the platinum rig set up, or no?
I hadn't seen.
I think it's somewhere up in that area, though, in that region, right?
I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know either.
Like I said, I didn't take enough notes. Sorry.
I just know. I think I looked at it and I'm like, oh, I can't make it.
All right. Well, anything else? Because I don't have any more notes, and I can't think of anything else off the top of my head here.
I don't think there's anything else. Although I just saw, anyway, for people that are in my area, in the Denver area, they're doing DecaFit testing this Thursday at 4:30.
In a Kmart parking lot?
In a Kmart parking lot. Yeah. In a Kmart parking lot.
No, it was funny that last testing that they had was in like just an abandoned supermarket.
Yeah.
Floor was all tore up and stuff.
Yeah, I think it's like, an abandoned space warehouse. And apparently it's going to be like a semi-permanent setup to where like people around here can go even after the event and do, get better times if they want. Yeah. Get better times if they want. But I don't know how permanent it's going to be.
Interesting. Well, we don't know how permanent DecaFit will be. Anyways. We'll see.
We shall see.
Hopefully, for Yancey's sake, it works out well because he seems to be pretty dang into it. Yeah, he's just like all into it. He loves programming this stuff. I can't imagine if I had to. What's that?
I jumped back into a few of his workouts, and I'm like, oh my god.
I can't imagine if I had the energy that man has.
No, and it's amazing. I just want like a quarter of it.
Yeah. Well, I think we can call it there for now.
Yeah.
Look forward to hopefully some live footage from Jacksonville this weekend. And I do have my morning open for, even if we don't get footage from Carlo, I know he'll be doing social media at the very least, and
Cool.
we can do some form of live post-race show just to talk about who won and pull from whatever footage we can find. So if you're available at that time, then
Cool.
I'll let you know. I'll see if Mike's available, see if anybody else
Awesome.
wants to join, but we can try it out.
Yep.
So,
Cool.
all right, thanks for joining, Anna. Everybody, thanks for listening.
Don't forget to get in your entries for the battle race. By the way,
Don't
3
forget-
codes you said we
Oh.
have?
3 codes. First
3
come,
codes.
first serve. any heat or wave, so works for Warzone too.
Nice. Pro,
All right.
open, Warzone, whatever.
Yep, all that
Awesome.
stuff. Okay, I've got an
Sweet.
end screen for this, so we can say goodbye here. Throw up the end screen. Thanks for watching. Declan, you want to say hello?
No.
Bye.